Freakiness is a part of life. Original Barman along with the two bad, wicked youths of rap. Not a mercy, whoa.
What's the business? Talk paper when I'm riding by. They know it's Drizzle, he the truth off the east side. I know who ain't got my money because they ducking high. I grind for me and mines, I got the green light. I got to get it how I live it, that means front line. I got two zips, I got that soft, I got that hard white. I got that green.
What's up, two crooks? How's it going?
Hey Jim, how you doing, man?
Good.
Yeah,
so today's little slice of life episode.
Yeah, of course. I'm outside this time, so if you hear like an echo or some distortion, I apologize about that. But yeah.
I'm
so
happy
anyway,
that you are outdoors touching grass. Please continue.
Of course. Yeah. Anyway, so I wanted to ask a question about deconstructionism, but I feel like that might be saved better for another time. So I wanted to focus on.
Go ahead. If we can make it not take 20 minutes or anything, then it's fine. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's just basically the idea that what I like about this channel is that it just like completely, craps on deconstructionism, the whole idea that people need to constantly question everything and all that, because it just leads to like an endless spiral of us getting nowhere and like no one being satisfied. So, and I feel like this has reared its ugly head in regards to politics and all that, especially with like media analysis, because I remember your video also crapping on video essayists, and that was pretty funny. But it's just that I feel like, when we constantly try to deconstruct things, not just theologically, but also in our media, like nobody is satisfied. It's like theologically speaking, it's like, are we actually being close to God? And then like we're left with no answers. And in terms of media, they do the same thing with no self-awareness. It's just, oh, is this too problematic? Is this too problematic? Then someone makes this media and like, hey, this media has no problematic things in it. But then some YouTube essayist 1 year later makes another video saying, oh no, this is problematic. And I feel like that's like why we're in a slump, both theologically and in the media landscape, but it also comes from the same place.
So great comparison between YouTube, film nerds, who I detest, and theology. Guys, I think both it applies here, and the internet is to blame for some of it. You cannot just sit around deconstructing everything, and then you're left with a position that makes no sense. Now, people may say, well, the deconstructionists are atheists. I'm sorry, some of the most deconstructing people I've seen are not even atheists. They're these, quote, traditional people who are stuck on one position and they cannot appreciate the wholeness of the church and the wholeness of theology and the wholeness of the text. If you're ever debating with somebody and they feel like they have to defend a point because their team defends it, but intellectually they think it's wrong, now you know where you've Now we know where we've become insane. If you're defending something that you think is wrong and you dislike it, but you're doing it because my team does that, we're just debating for fun. This isn't even about finding the truth. So you can compare that with film nerds who have 4-hour essays about Scrubs and The Simpsons that are less entertaining than just watching the show. So we need to just watch the show and live the faith, and that is how real life actually exists. And as Nick says privately in a DM to me, he says, if you saw the West Died video, Gene says the reason the West died is because of deconstructionism. Essentially, yeah, like they had to know everything and they needed to know the mysteries that God didn't want them to know. And actually, the recent video I uploaded into Gene Clips last night, which is on this channel, it's on a different channel, was the secret things belong to the Lord our God. It is a level of Gnosticism to need to know everything about God, and it's dishonest mental masturbation to just debate for the sake of team debating. Like, if you don't believe something, you should not be defending it. Sorry. So thanks for that.
Yeah, and I'm just going to make a final statement related to why I have a Jibne Manish profile picture right now. So
I just saw that.
yeah, makes you hungry, yeah?
Yeah.
So yeah, no, this was like from a while back, but I needed a profile pic because I'm on mobile. I'm like, oh, Jim will know what this is. Yes. So, but it actually is relevant because when it comes to how people constantly deconstructed depictions of Middle Eastern people or Arabs, or honestly just Arabs, people forget to do it for Armenians and Assyrians. It's just like you end up having the people almost not from the Middle East themselves, or like if they're from the Middle East, they're ultra westernized, saying, look at my zero problematic depiction of like this Middle Eastern person from New York who agrees with everything I do. And then you have all like the replies from actual Arabs saying, well, Allah just depict me as a terrorist instead.
Well, here's the actually on a separate topic real quick. I mean, I get what they're saying, but this is kind of a sub-niche topic into that. I preferred when in media, people just depicted Arabs as like roaming Bedouins who like killed people for sport and were honorable and kind of like Rousseau's noble savage. I liked that. I was less offended by that than the ghetto terrorist that we get in every movie now. So I would go back to, hey, there's that Bedouin thick who's never seen a TV before, but he has 9 wives. Okay, that's better than a ghetto terrorist. Like,
yeah. Or the New Yorker who agrees with everything the deconstructionist says they agree with. All right.
Yeah. So then at that point, don't even hold on to heritage if you're just going to do that.
All right.
Anyway.
See ya.
All right. Nick. What's up, Nick?
How you doing, man? It's been
doing good.
Been a good stream. Good moments.
So guys, I want to let you know, Nick here is responsible for the idea of starting the playlist Gene clips and the 4 to 5 minute, like 1 to 5 minute shorts based on these streams. So that was his idea, and he edits, well, he like trims them for me and does that little slide intro thing. So definitely give him kudos for that, because some of these streams are very long and even I forget what we talk about half the time. So thanks again for organizing that.
No problem. Just to go back to add on to what Two Hooks was saying about on the topic of deconstructionism. So my question is, how much theology is necessary to actually be a good like practicing Christian?
Not that much. And I feel like it's kind of like that bell curve meme where you have kind of the moron, but he happens to be correct on the far left. Then the midwit, which is most people who think they're smart and they understand everything. Then at the very far right end, the extremely intelligent but rare person who agrees with the moron and not the midwit. And so in that bell curve, maybe I'm just going to pull it up so people can see it. Bell curve meme. And then, yes, I will get my friend Goob in here. Let me open up the bell curve meme. Here. This is a good one. All right, I'm going to share screen. It's worth it. It's worth it to show this. Okay. So you guys see this, right? We have threads, daily tweets, social, blah, blah, whatever. I mean, this is not about theology, but imagine it is. So we have the moron here. Tweets when he feels like it, and then the genius tweets when he feels like it. But most people are having a dumb position that is not true. Here's what I think. And I'm not saying most people are dumb. I'm saying most people should be here and should agree with here. You do not want to be in the midwit. And so in my view, the true genius understands that there is, even if they understand all of theology, they will limit themselves to something realistic and try to stay as biblical and in line with their traditional church as much as possible without debating complex metaphysics. This guy doesn't know the complex metaphysics, so he just accepts the basic stuff the church says at liturgy, and, you know, maybe he'll watch some beautiful videos of churches and read his Bible and do his prayers. These two gentlemen you want to be friends with. The midwit in the middle is the guy who's on Discord 10 hours a day and debates just for the fun of it. You don't want to be the guy who goes, I need to amass all knowledge of everything. So basically, I need to know everything, I don't know anything, and I don't know everything. That's what these three mean. So the mature genius, even if he knows a lot of theology, will admit, I don't know everything and I can't know everything, and that's okay. The midwit will say, no, I must understand everything in the whole world. That's the difference, in my opinion.